What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm great. I love the hair.
Thank you. It's slowly fading, but it's
Love.
fading well, and that's all a girl can ask for, really.
That's right. That's right. I like your hair too.
Thank you. I was gonna say
He does have good
it
hair.
was fading, now it's growing out. I need to get another fade again. But it's all
Uh-huh.
Lainey, hello. I'm Randy. This is Justin. Thank you so much. We are so pumped to be chatting with you.
Oh, I'm pumped to be chatting with y'all too. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. So, first of all, holy smokes, what a year you have had. Like, just you have blown up bigger than I think anyone ever. You just boom, you're just huge. You're just an A-list Lainey Wilson now. You've had well, you have your first solo #1 in Canada right now.
Woo
Congratulations.
woo! Come on now.
First female artist, I want to get this right. First female artist in more than a decade to have 2 songs in the top 10 on country radio with Heart Like a Truck and Wait in the Truck, which is amazing. How are you feeling? Are you tired?
Oh girl, I'm past the point of tired. We have been traveling a whole lot. I mean, last year I slept in my bed here in Nashville a handful of times, and this year it's pretty much the same. But I mean, these are the moments that we have been working our fingers to the bone for, and I don't take it for granted at all. I'm trying to soak up all of the moments, but I will tell you, there's so many moments here lately. It's just crazy. It's been a whirlwind.
Yeah, it's probably incredibly overwhelming because you've been grinding for a long time. And I mean, I spoke to you. You probably won't remember this because you meet a gajillion people. We spoke for the first time, I think it was 2021, and it was right before Things a Man Ought to Know started playing in Canada. And I honestly I only heard of you because I spoke to Megan Patrick, who was like, "Oh, Lainey Wilson, she's the best." And I got to talk to you. And since then, it's like the entire world knows your name, which is amazing. So deserving. You're so incredibly talented. So it's just so awesome to see.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I love my Megan. I think I told you when we talked, I said she would fight a grizzly bear for me, and that is the truth. She she would enjoy it, every single second of it. So I actually got to hang out with her yesterday and kind of catch up a little bit. So yeah, I've got a good girl group for sure.
So you and Megan, you're super tight. Megan, Canadian girl, obviously. Have you been to Canada before? We couldn't think of whether or not you have been.
I've never played. I've only spent like a couple nights in Niagara Falls. So I would say that I haven't been yet. I mean, truly, because I just kind of went across the border for just a hot second. I'm ready to spend some time there. Everybody that I have met from Canada, I'm like, these are my people. These folks like to have a good time. They let it all hang out. They don't take no. They're just good people.
Yeah.
So I guess that was kind of going to be our next question. Like, what have you heard of Canadians, and what are kind of your expectations coming to Canada?
I heard y'all crazy. I heard y'all the good kind of crazy though. The good kind of crazy.
Yeah. We like to think so. Anyway.
If you're anything like my friends that I have from Canada, yeah, you just enjoy life. Truly. That's how Megan is too. I mean, she just lives life on the edge. She does what she wants to do when she wants to do it. And she is who she is, just unapologetically herself. And that's what I love about people. Even if that does make them a little wacky,
Yeah.
Gotta be a little wacky.
Gotta be a little bit.
I'd like to say, Justin and I were talking about this, and we were trying to kind of put our finger on like what makes your music so authentic.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to describe. It's like such an old sound, but it's so fresh. Like there's been a million girls write a song about, I'm going to let loose on a Friday and I'm a badass and I don't take anything from anyone and I'm me and that's who I am. But you make it sound so Lainey Wilson and it's just so refreshing.
I will take that. And I'm glad that, the words that I use when somebody says like describe your music in 2 words, I say fresh and familiar. Because I can't help but be inspired and influenced by that 90s country sound that I grew up listening to, whether it's the storytelling or just the sound. And I mean, I kind of sing the way that I talk. So it's going to be country no matter what. You can put weird, strange instruments in behind it. But at the end of the day, country music is all just about the stories anyway. So, fresh but familiar. I think
Hey,
that's it.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone use Crisco like in a song, and because you can, because you're just Southern, and Crisco just makes sense to me. But we're in Canada, like no one's really using Crisco up here.
Hey, I'm bringing some Crisco with me.
Love
wait.
it.
Yeah, well, that was the thing we were talking about. Like, it comes off as very genuine and very just authentic, and I think inspirational and fresh and familiar. That's a very good way of
Thank you.
describing it and kind of putting a bow on that. So congrats
Thank
to you on being able to do that, because
Yeah.
there's no way that's an easy thing to pull off, but you've done it in spades.
Well, I appreciate that. I will say, I've been in Nashville now for 12 years, and I've always been doing what I do. Even when I got here in 2011 in my little camper trailer, and I lived in a camper the first 3 years I was here. But what I do then was not cool at all. So I truly believe that timing is everything, and I think time was supposed to be a part of my story. So here we are, over a decade later. If you want anything, you got to dig in, keep your blinders on and your head down, and just go get it.
You're very, your career is reminiscent of bell bottoms, right? Like they were so in, and then no one wore them, and now we got bell bottoms.
It's true. It always comes back around. I don't know why they ever went out of style. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so we're gonna get to your bell bottoms in just a second, but really curious because you are such an inspirational woman, and that's been recognized highly. And so we're curious, who are the women who inspire you both professionally and personally?
Wow. I have a lot of powerful, just good-hearted women in my life. Even my team of people. I mean, my managers, I have an incredible tour manager, Meg Miller, my manager, Madeline Monchick, just a bunch of girls. My day-to-day manager is a female as well, Bailey. They get stuff done. You know what I'm saying? Like they have their eye on the prize and they go get it. But I also would say like my mama and my sister, we're really, really close. I talk to them several times a day, and that's probably why I still sound the way that I do, is because I talk to them all the time. But I'll say musically, Dolly and Reba for me are the women who have kind of just gone against the grain, have done a really great job, in my opinion, at staying true to themselves and true to their roots, but not being scared to step outside of their comfort zone. And even when it comes to the whole acting thing, they've done a great job at straddling that line, always making sure that the songwriting is number one, but not being scared to try things that are scary.
Yeah, and we didn't even mention Yellowstone as one of the things. Like that's huge. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's been wild. I've never acted a day in my life until Yellowstone, so I just dove in.
We love wild. That's where we work, so we love wild.
Yeah. I love it.
Okay, so bell bottoms. Do you wanna ask her about the Instagram page, or do you want me to ask her?
You ask her about the Instagram page. Yeah.
So Wilson, did you ever in your life think that your butt would have its own Instagram page?
Well, about 4 years ago, somebody started a Twitter account for my butt, and it was called Ask Lainey. And so when this trend happened all over TikTok and everything else, I'm like, I can't believe y'all just noticed. Y'all late to the party. So I will say I was shocked that the trend or the viral sensation or whatever you want to call it, I'm surprised that it was as big as it was. I thought this will, just last a week or so, but I'll still get on TikTok and I'll still see my fat butt on there. So it's not going anywhere.
And you're embracing it, which is great. Like I think you tweeted out that your goal this year was to maintain your big ass by getting more people to kiss it or something, which was awesome. Just saw you doing karaoke to Fat Bottom Girls like 2 weeks ago or something. Like it's just awesome. Way to own it. Like, cause hey, you got a good butt. Run with it.
Hey, look, it's not always gonna look like this. Give me about 10 years and it'll look a lot different. So
we'll talk again.
I'm taking advantage.
Amazing.
Oh
Amazing.
my God, it's crazy.
So we wanted to ask you about some of the people you've worked with. You want to ask?
Yeah, so obviously you've done a lot. We kind of touched on Yellowstone a bit there. So that's something you're now involved with. You got the acting world. And then you did a podcast with Theo Vaughn, comedian
Oh,
Theo
yeah.
Vaughn. And that's obviously big. He's got a huge following. You've brushed shoulders with some very, very cool people. And we kind of want to know, who were you most excited to meet? And who do you really want to meet if you haven't met them yet?
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Great question. Great question. I'll tell you, for me, on the Yellowstone set, I was excited to meet Beth, Kelly
yeah.
Riley. I didn't know whether she was going to put me in a headlock or what, but I was excited to meet her. And turns out she's actually one of the sweetest people I have ever met. I mean, she's just a good girl. You can still tell that she's got that Spitfire spirit about her that comes across in her character. But I mean, she made me bath salts. She like encouraged me. She lifted me up. She's like, Lainey, you can do this. It's a relationship and a friendship that I will have forever. So I was really looking forward to that. And that was a highlight for me. And y'all know she's British. So
Yeah.
me and her having a
She's British.
conversation.
Yeah.
We needed a translator.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Between the two of you, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. But who am
How
I
about
looking
for who
for?
you'd love to meet?
Whew.
It's a tough
I'm
one.
excited to meet Eric Church, and I get to meet him here real soon. We're doing some shows with him, and yeah, I look up to him a whole lot. We share the same producer, and I feel like I've learned a whole lot from him, and by not even meeting him. So I can't imagine how much I could just learn from him, and about the business in general, just for sitting down and having a conversation with him. I love that he's kind of done it his own way. He's not trying to be like anybody else. You know, like it or lump it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. It seems so, just thinking about you on Yellowstone, like it seems like for us, it's like, oh, it's Lainey Wilson, like she belongs on Yellowstone. But for you, that must have been terrifying. Like you must have had such imposter syndrome being there.
It was weird, I didn't know what to expect, especially because I had never acted. I laugh and say I've been acting a fool my whole life, but I ain't never not like this. So, but everybody was so welcome. I mean, like they welcomed me with open arms, and they were already fans of my music, which made me feel a lot more comfortable. I will say, if somebody was just like from a different walk of life and was like, I'm going to start playing these big old shows now. And they just cut the line and was kind of like, here I am. I'd be like, no, you better get in the line, back of the line with the rest of us. Cause there's a lot of people before you who have been working their entire life for this opportunity, but they didn't make me feel that way. They made me feel that my music and my songwriting had given me this other opportunity. And I appreciated that. Because you're right, I did have a little bit of that imposter syndrome. I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, it definitely helps you out when people make you feel not like an imposter, like, hey, you actually belong here. So
No, they did.
that's super cool.
It was awesome. Good people.
Well, we're super pumped. You're coming to Canada, man. Like June 4th, you're here in Calgary. You're doing your own show. You're opening for Luke Combs the day before. Speaking of tired, probably gonna be exhausted, but yeah, we're just so happy to get to talk to you. We're just so pumped for all your success. And can I just point out, I just mentioned this the other day, the only way you can get away with saying daddy is if you're Southern or like a really, really, really rich, spoiled, like white girl. That's like you say, I'm like, I cannot call my dad daddy. Like it is
no.
It's so natural.
I do it. Mine's DEDDY, daddy.
Oh,
so it's
daddy.
not like daddy.
Yeah. So maybe I could
like
do
daddy.
No, you could do daddy. I don't know.
I couldn't do it.
No.
No. I love it. Oh man, how about that?
Oh yeah,
Oh, man,
Pops.
yeah.
I call him Papa Bear all the time, so that works.
I love that. I'm so excited to come up there and see y'all.
Yeah, we're so excited.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the fact that we got to talk to you today, and yeah, just want to thank you so much for giving us your time, and we wish you, not that you even need it really, but just all the continued success. And yeah, we can't wait to see you open for Luke and your headlining show. It's gonna be awesome.
Come on, it's gonna be a party.
Woo! It's Canada, baby.
Bye.
Of course it is.
We're crazy, but in a good way.
We're wild.
I love it. Thank y'all.
Thanks so much, and enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, y'all too. Y'all too. See ya.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
God, she's so sweet.